after Mass, Father Turner took Don and I out for a brunch again. He's a good friend of mine and a really good priest. But then I had some errands to run, and of course, I hit a curb in Brantford, right before Starbucks near Walmart, turning into the road, and I had a feeling, but for about a half hour, no problems, whatever, and then all of a sudden I started hearing on the way back to home from the back roads, I start hearing more and more noise, and then a grinding, and then it sounded like, the muffler was broken or falling off the car or something, and the car kept pulling to the right. Turns out, I somehow popped the back right tire, and it's a fairly new tire, and they're expensive, and the car already needs a lot of work that we can't afford to fix. And so we made it to almost home to Mobil gas station off of exit 56 in Brantford. And I'm like, Lord, what am I going to do? Because Don and I are really short of money. We don't have money right now. And I have a very important MRI for my spinal cord on Monday, far away. And then I have a very important, on the 8th, I have to see a spinal surgeon. I can't miss it. I waited months. And we just have a lot. Don has got a lot of appointments to go to, and I do, and they're all far away, and I need my car. We have bad weather coming, this deep freeze and everything. Don't have a spare tire, it's on the rim. I have a spare tire, like a donut. Well, anyway, let me tell you how the Lord and his mother, I think Mary, actually, thank you, Mary. Thank you, Blessed Mother. For Saturdays, the Blessed Mother sent help in a most remarkable way. We were at the Mobil gas station. I pulled in. I wasn't blocking anything. Now, mind you, this car needed an oil change for like 2 years now anyway, and it was a way overdue, but it usually tells me when I have tire problems or the oil needs to be changed or whatever. And it's not been working lately. There's all kinds of electrical problems, so like Donna's window doesn't open, and there's glitches, and it says it's minus 40 degrees in the summer, and there's all kinds of problems I can't afford to get fixed. And so very basically, the system's not letting me know that not only did the oil really need to be changed and that the tires were low, so I'm driving basically with a popped tire on a rim, and it didn't notify me like it normally does. Well, anyway, so we pull in, and I'm like, great. I start smelling burning rubber, and I'm like, oh, no. So we pull in, and the tire is off the rim, and it shredded the tire, and God knows what other damage it did. So we pulled over just in time. I don't know how we made it safely with the tire that bad, but we did. Thank God I didn't take the highway, because we would have been in trouble. The tire would have flown off. We would have gotten in an accident. So something told me to take the back roads, because normally I would jump on the highway and get home. And it was around rush hour traffic. And so here's the miracle. I'm a young lesbian, well, probably around my age, a lesbian, girl. Looks like a man at first. Pants sagged down, boxer shorts, dressed like a guy, hat on, shaved haircut like mine, whatever. Comes up, and she's like, hey, she goes, I work on cars, do you need help? I was inside the gas station trying to get the address so I can tell AAA, to come and help us. Because I can't lift the tire and stuff. I can't do any of that with my back. And so she goes, oh, I can help you. I'm a mechanic. I work on cars. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, thank you. Long story short, she spent 2 hours out there with us in the frigid cold. She checked my oil. Thank God she did. It was not only black, like my shirt, but it was gone. There was like no oil. The car didn't even show any signs that there was no oil. And what was at the bottom was sludge. So we had no oil in there. Apparently it was burning without letting me know. All this time I never had any oil in there. I'm driving the car with no oil. That could have seized the engine. So, but I was just telling Donna, and I tried several attempts this week to try to get it in to get an oil change, but things just kept happening, and we didn't have the money, and so this girl checked the oil. I bought oil at the gas station, or Donna did, and she put it in for me. She checked all my fluids, the antifreeze, all that, because I was worried about this deep freeze coming. Everything's fine. She changed the tire, and it was hard. She had to get this special solution to put on the lug nuts because they would not come off. She bent her crowbars trying to get it off, but she got them off, and I felt stupid that, I'm a guy and a woman has to do all this. It reminds me of years ago, my niece and I were going to a wedding, or coming back from a wedding. It was some kind of fancy engagement, and she was dressed up to the nines with stilettos and a dress, nice, beautiful dress, and I was like wearing a tux or whatever, and it was a rainy night, and my niece and I had a flat tire, and I had to call AAA, and my niece is like, no, we're not waiting hours for AAA. I'm a mechanic, I'll do it. I'm like, you're in a dress, and I'm in a tuxedo, and I don't know what I'm doing. She's just my niece, she's like, I'm a NASCAR driver. So my niece is like 8 years younger than me, beautiful blonde girl. She's in the FBI now and all that, or works for the FBI, and married to a lieutenant or whatever, or sergeant in the police department, and she's in the FBI and whatever. So she jumps out of the car in the rain and changes the tire for us in 5 minutes, and I'm like, I'm pathetic. I'm a guy, and my niece in a dress and heels is out there changing my tire because I don't know how to, and I can't, because I can't physically do it with my spinal cord injuries. And wow, the women of today are a lot tougher than we realize. And because my niece is a gorgeous blonde, practically bombshell, and she's a mechanic and a NASCAR driver, or former NASCAR driver, and so anyway, that's what it reminded me of. But anyway, this girl Erica, she goes, hey, I'm gonna do my good deed for the day. And I'm like, wow, you're a godsend, because I didn't know how we were going to do this, and it's freezing cold, and we got to get Donna home. And so we weren't there for 2 minutes before this girl decides she's going to help. Not only did she help, she checked my oil. She tried to fix my glove box because the tag, for the new tag that we got for the handicap parking, fell behind the glove box. She couldn't get that figured out. She gave me the name of a mechanic that she's friends with that would help us when we had the money to get some stuff done, and he could do that for us. But she tried. She helped me put stuff in my antifreeze in the gas line antifreeze stuff in there. She did the tire. She put the donut on and the lug nuts and all that, and the tire was very heavy because it was a heavy rim. She put that, I couldn't even lift it with my back, and so she put that in and out of the trunk several times, and so she did a lot for us that would normally cost me probably hundreds of dollars at a mechanic shop. So talk about a miracle, a blessing, okay? And one of the good things was that, so I asked her, I said, are you a Christian? I said, because you have a heart of a Christian. She goes, no, not at all. I'm like, she goes, I'm a lesbian. I'm like, yeah, I realize that, but God still loves you, and let me tell you something. I know that you took it out of the kindness of your heart to help us, but you're an answered prayer, because I was praying, and I'm like, Lord, I don't know what we're going to do about this now, and we need help soon, fast, and I don't have money. And I ended up tipping her $20. I took it out of the ATM machine because I wanted to give her something. She went above and beyond, and she wasn't asking for it. She goes, "No, you don't need to." She goes, "I wasn't doing it for money." I'm like, "I know." And the poor girl, she's living in a hotel right now, and this and that. And so it's nice. It really, you know what? There's still some good people left in humanity, and that's why I do what I do.